So a couple days ago, I completed this challenge that I set for myself, that I would go an entire year without drinking or smoking, and I ended up doing it. Now, I'm not gonna go too in depth into why I did it. Basically, I got to a point where I was kind of abusing it. I was kind of abusing drinking and smoking. And if you're curious about why I decided to uptake this challenge, I actually talk about it on my old channel, Coffee with Kyle. So yeah, basically on June 20th, I completed my entire year of sobriety. And then this brought up some questions, some concerns that how would alcohol affect my ability to try to astral project? And then I got my answer last night. So on the day that I could start drinking again, I had 2 beers with my girlfriend. And then last night I had a beer with my roommates. So this is something that I actually kind of forgot about until recently, that alcohol actually does affect your sleep cycle. So I went to bed last night at about 12:40 p.m. and I ended up waking up at 3 a.m. And for some reason I couldn't go back to sleep, so I spent the next couple hours just writing in my journal and just kind of sorting things out that are going on in my life. I ended up going back to sleep at about 6 o'clock. And then this is really interesting. I was actually able to get into a lucid dream really fast, in about 30 minutes. It basically felt like I just went to sleep and then suddenly I was shifting consciousness into a dream that I was aware. Basically what happened was I ended up finding myself at the top of these stairs. And in my last video, I talked about how stairs are kind of a recurring archetypal dream. I'm not sure what the stairs mean. I think it actually means the rising and the lowering of consciousness. So I found myself at the top of the stairs and it felt really amazing. So I thought to myself, I would like to see my spirit guides. So then I started to float off of the stairs and things started to become black. And I remember this deep sensation of floating downwards, just slowly floating downwards. As I was descending, I kind of had the concern that I would end up in some sort of lower realm. But thankfully that didn't happen. But what I do remember was that something was touching my left hand. I'm not sure, but it was like a very strong physical sensation. It was just a single touch. But basically not too much eventful happened. I saw a couple images that I couldn't really explain. I think I saw myself in some form of bamboo forest. Everything was kind of like turning darkish. So then I ended up saying clarity now, and then I ended up in this just really random place. And then I woke up. I looked at the clock and it was 6:45-ish. So then that surprised me. That was really fast. I guess the alcohol really helped me to relax and fall into a deep lucid state. But the thing is, I didn't have much control over the dream. So then when I went back to sleep, I had the intention of trying to astral project again. So then I found myself in the middle of the vibrations. I actually became conscious right as the vibrations just randomly ensued. And this is interesting. It was a lot stronger than usual. Again, the alcohol was helping me to really, really relax deeply. But again, the alcohol was also taking away control. During my lucid dream, actually, I tried to induce the vibrations, but I wasn't able to. It was like I couldn't access that part of my brain that would allow me to induce the vibrations. I couldn't really flex my brain, as this other YouTuber says. So when I did become conscious in the middle of these vibrations, these very, very strong vibrations that I haven't felt this sort of intensity in a while, I couldn't really control it. I couldn't really rev it up and down in its intensity. I just had to let it sit out. And I don't really remember what exactly happened, but I remember when I did actually wake up, I was basically thinking to myself, wow, I experienced another alternate state of consciousness, but I couldn't tell the difference between the altered state of consciousness and reality. So that still seems to be a problem that I am having. So right now, there's 2 things that I want to learn. One is the ability to tell the difference between an altered state of consciousness and reality. And 2, I really want to be able to enter the real time zone so that I can kind of float around and explore and see what other people are up to, so that I'll be able to verify real-time events, so that I can not only prove to myself that this stuff is real, but maybe prove to a couple people that, hey, there's something more to this astral projection thing than you think. This is all really interesting stuff. I'm just exploring it. I'm just seeing the types of adventures that can really happen with this stuff. It's really fun. Anyways, that's all for my quick update. Real quick, take a look at this. This one is one of my favorites. This is actually one of the first stones that I wrapped. This is a Dragonstone Septarian stone. Apparently it helps with communication, it helps with talking, it helps with opening up. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I can think of for this update for now. If I have anything else, you'll see it soon. This is Kyle with Explore the Adventure. Peace.